The goal of this video is just to define trigonometry for you and make sure that you are comfortable with the idea of the adjacent side and the opposite side and the hypotenuse in any triangle. Trigonometry is just the branch of mathematics dealing with the relationships of sides of triangles to the angles formed by them. The really cool thing about taking a look at trigonometry is that after we go through this stuff, you guys are going to be able to use 3 more buttons on your calculator. If you look at your calculator, you've probably seen the SIN button, which you probably thought was sin. It's actually sine. And there's a COS button that stands for cosine. We're going to learn about how that's used. And there's also a TAN button for tangent, and we're going to learn how that's used. So when we look at trigonometry, you're really thinking of triangles, and you're going to be using sine, cosine, and tangent. Those are your 3 basic trig functions. The hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. That's nothing new. And what you're going to have in all of these problems is you're going to have an angle of reference. So in this diagram right here, my reference angle is this angle A. Now, with respect to this angle, I have a side that is opposite that angle. The opposite side is always across from the acute angle in question, or the angle that you're kind of focusing on. And then with respect to this angle, not only do I have an opposite side, but I have an adjacent side. And as soon as you hear the word adjacent, you should be thinking, something that is right next to the angle. So the adjacent side is just the side of the angle, which is not the hypotenuse. So you have an angle, and then attached to that angle are always going to be 2 sides. One of those is your hypotenuse, and one of those is your adjacent side. And you never use the right angle as your reference angle. Your reference angles are always going to be your acute angles. So with respect to this angle up here, just make sure that you understand that with respect to this angle, this would be your opposite side. So this would flip. So here, I'll flip this around. So let's get rid of this. And here, let's put a B in here. So if this is my reference angle up here, now my opposite side is right here, and this is my adjacent side. So just to do this a couple times, make sure we're clear on it. So here's my reference angle, angle A. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw the hypotenuse in here directly across from the right angle. And then with my angle A, this is going to be my opposite side. And my adjacent side with respect to this angle, not my hypotenuse, but this side right here. One more. So with respect to this angle, directly across from it, there's my opposite side. And across from this right angle is my hypotenuse. So that's going to be right there. And my adjacent side is, right here. Okay.